Hello and welcome to another video. So today I'm going to tell you a story about Clumsy Fred. So let's begin. So once upon a time there was a huge and big giant called Clumsy Fred. Clumsy Fred, as the days went by, he was getting more and more clumsy and also very lazy. And after the villagers and the townspeople saw Fred's laziness, they were getting very worried because Fred wasn't this lazy few years ago. He was much more workful and he was also very hardworking giant, unlike other giants that were also very lazy. But few years ago, or like 1 year ago, Fred started to get very clumsy, and so as the days went by, Fred got more and more clumsy. And so one day, as Fred was walking to his neighborhood, the neighborhood of giants, and as Fred was walking to the neighborhood of giants, he would always take the way of the valleys where there were no townspeople and also there were no villages over there. So as Fred was walking through there, suddenly he took a sudden turn to the village and he started walking through the village, and as he walked through the village, suddenly everything he touched and everything he walked on got rubbled, and everything he stepped on got turned into dust. And as everything turned into dust, Clumsy Fred looked around and saw that he was suddenly stepping on the village. He has never seen this, and as he looked around everywhere, he suddenly saw, and as he looked down, there were villagers begging for his help and begging him to not step on their villages and not step on their markets. Clumsy Fred felt very guilty, and he never went through that way, and he took the other way around always from now on. And so as the people were getting very worried, suddenly a monster doctor came to the rescue, and as the monster doctor came to the rescue, he came ahead and said that I should check Clumsy Fred because I am an expert in checking monsters and also checking their health. And as Clumsy Fred was being checked, the doctor got his pulse rate and also checked everything like his huge one eye, and also checked his ears like this. And also as the doctor checked his ears, he found lots of gunk in his ears, in his ear hole. And as he found those, he started to check the eye even more because he saw that there was some dirt on his eyes. So he cleaned all of those dirt, and his eyes, he felt more free. And as it was going on, and suddenly the doctor realized that there might be some problem with his eyes. So the doctor did lots of tests with his eyes, and also finally as the results came out, he saw that it was the main problem and the eye must be fixed. So the doctor gave Clumsy Fred some glasses, a 1 glass glasses. Yes, and as Clumsy Fred wore that glass for the first time, he saw everything clearly and he did not see anything cloudy. And so this is the end of our video of Clumsy Fred, and this is also the end of the Clumsy Fred. And as he wore his monocle, he looked freely everywhere and he did not make the same mistake ever again. So this is the end of our video. So tata and goodbye. See you tomorrow again.